Good morning. I am Crystal Scretching. I am a motivator and encourager, and I am put here on this earth to inspire people to self-acceptance, positivity, and living out their dreams. I am here to make sure that you know that you are enough just as you are right now. So thank you guys for having me this morning. I'm sorry I can't be with you this morning. I would have loved to have been there. I bet there's some amazing speakers coming on before or after me. But I wanted to be able to contribute something. So I'm going to talk to you today about how to brand yourself. This is going to be very informative, kind of informal, but I would propose that you get out your papers, pens, and things because you might want to take some notes on this. So let's get right into it. How to brand yourself. So first of all, what is branding? You probably heard the word before. You might think of a logo design. You might think of packaging, products, business, whatever comes to your mind first. What is branding? And so I looked up the definition, and the definition of branding says, the marketing practice of creating a name, symbol, or design that identifies and differentiates a product from other products. I'll read that one more time. The marketing practice of creating a name, symbol, or design that identifies and differentiates a product from other services. Well, product from other products. So what does that mean? Okay, branding, we get it. It's a logo. But it's more than a logo. Now, in the world of business, traditionally, when you think of branding, you do think of your logo, your product, your image, your packaging, what color choices you make, who your customers are. And, while that is very true, there's a lot more to branding yourself than just how you show up and how you show yourself to other people. That's only a part of it, the artwork. That's part of it. So what I want to talk to you guys about when it comes to branding is how to really brand yourself, not in a way that just looks flattering, but that is true to who you are. So let's kind of think about that a minute and kind of go into that. Branding, showing the essence of who I am, how I show up in this world, how people see me. What am I putting out there? So these are just a few questions to kind of get your mind thinking about it. And that's where I'm going to go today, is not just branding your business, not just your logo, not just your pretty fonts and your lovely colors, and even in your personal life, not just what you wear, your designer clothes, not just the smile that you put on for people, but who you really truly are on the inside. So this would be how I would say you want to start when it comes to branding. To build a brand, first, you have to ask yourself, who am I? What am I about? What is my, like they say in business, USP, or what is my unique selling position? And if you don't know what a USP is, again, it's a unique selling position. And what that basically means is, how do I differentiate myself to the next person? In business, you kind of look at competition and you try to see, what is it about my brand, my business, my message that gets people to buy with me rather than the other person? Well, again, it's great for business. And I'm not saying this is not a discussion about business, but because we are all in here as women, I know this is something that we all go through. In our personal lives, how are we showing up? Who are we? What are we about? What is our unique selling point? What makes us different? Because all of us have a unique gift, skill, talent, vision, purpose, characteristic traits. So what is it about you that makes you different from other people? What is it about you that attracts other people to you? What is your gift? And I just want you to think about that a little bit, Be a little introspective this morning and really think, who am I? Well, this is the reason you want to make sure you know those questions. They're very important. Now, what I see happen too often is that people bypass those questions, even in business. And they think, I have this idea. Let me just get going. Let me throw a logo together. That'll do fine. Those colors are good. Let's just get some operations started. And while it's good to be that ambitious and want to move forward really fast, it is a huge mistake if you don't stop and ask these questions. Because your brand is really the foundation of your business. And again, beyond business, your brand is the message that you're putting out to the world that you show others. So we have to be very clear about who we are, what our message is, what our purpose is, who is it that we serve, and what makes us unique and different. What is our essence? What is our gifts? What are our talents? Because when we're not clear, y'all already know, again, this is a women's retreat. When we are not clear about who we are, who we serve, what we're about, if we don't set boundaries for ourselves, anything and everything can come into our lives, into our businesses, into our homes, into our organizations. That is why it is very important not to bypass these things when it comes to building your brand. And again, it applies to your business life, but also who you are. And I'll kind of tell you a little story that I went through at my company when it comes to branding. Again, if you're not clear, anything and everything can come into your space. So, we were a new company. We were just starting out. We were trying to gain clientele. We're trying to get going really fast, get clients, get money in. So we were at a place where we were meeting a lot of people, a lot of small businesses. A lot of small businesses don't have the budgets for some of the services we offer. But because we were new and we desperately wanted clients, we lowered our standards, we lowered our pricing, and we, agreed to do some business with one particular client. While this can be good, we didn't set prior who we are, what we're about, what our standards were, what our prices were set in stone, how much we're willing to wiggle, and how much we got to stop and set a boundary. So to make a long story short, we were overworked, underpaid. We had to cut corners just to deliver the service/product to the client at the price they wanted it for. So at the end, the client wasn't happy. Again, we were running circles, overworked, and it was an overall bad experience, and that happens in business. But we got to learn from those things. And my point to telling you this quick scenario that happened personally in my company was just to let you know, it's not just about who you are and what your message is. We have to be clear about who it is we're serving, especially in businesses and organizations. We have to really sit back and visualize, who is my customer base? And maybe not necessarily just what the industry says your customer base is. Because when you're clear about who you are, you're also going to start being clear about who you want to serve. Because what I'm starting to understand is every customer is not for every business. Every client is not for every service. It's not. And when we're clear about what that client looks like, what type of businesses maybe that we work with, what type of people that we work with, what type of budgets we want to work with, how willing the clients are to meet us halfway. When we know those things, we have better experiences. We are serving, and we get excited about serving the clients that are our ideal clients. And so again, I tell you that story because when you are clear, when you have asked those questions that really dig deep and make you have to be introspective and think, who am I? What's my message? What am I about? And who it is I'm serving? Then we'll get better results and better experiences in our business, in our personal lives, at home, whatever it is. Branding is not just business. It is not just your logo. It is not just the color choices and the fonts and, my catchphrase and my tagline and my slogan. While all of that's very important, again, your brand is who you are. So I just wanted to come here and share that with you and have you really think, who am I? How am I showing up in the world? And how I am showing up in the world, is that truly reflecting who I am on the inside? Is that really showing my unique gifts? Is that really showing my unique standpoint of who I am? And if not, why are we allowing ourselves to compromise on who we know we are? Because most likely when you compromise and you are not showing up who you really are in this world, you're getting results that you don't like. And that's the truth of it. Exactly in that story that I was telling you, we got the client that was the nightmare client. Not to blame the client. We weren't clear about who we were. So anything and everything came into our space. And again, I really want to sink this into your minds and your spirits this morning, because this applies on all levels. When we get clear, when we really sit down, and for me, it took literally going off the map a little bit when I first came back home, and really, getting rid of the noise and sitting down and really asking myself the questions. Who am I? What am I here for? How do I want to show up in this world? Who is it that I am here to serve? And when you're clear about those things, the branding that you see, like the logos and the artwork and the, all of the choices you have to make, they become easier. Because when you know who you are and you set the boundaries, you know when you have a decision to make whether it serves you or it doesn't serve you. It's very simple. If it doesn't line up with the vision, if it doesn't line up with the brand message, then it's not for you. And if it does, then it's for you. But we only get to that point where we can make those choices when we are clear about who we are, what it is we want, what message we want to come across, and who we want to serve. So again, this applies to all levels. I know some of you are entrepreneurs, some of you are, you want to become entrepreneurs. Some of you just want to show up at your jobs and make sure that you're in the position you want to be, that you're showing up every day in life how you want, representing yourself, who you really are. So just let that marinate a little bit, guys. I wish I was here in person because I would love to do some Q&As about this. I will say, if you do have questions for me about this topic, you can go to my booth. The vendor booth will be worked by my mom. Hey, Mom. And there'll be some books there and some things that you can purchase as well. But if you just want to, connect with me even further, you can sign up. I'm going to have a sign up sheet over there so you guys, I can get you in my email database. Start sending you messages like this because this is what I do. Yes, I'm a marketing consultant, so I get the branding and the messaging, but I'm also here to serve people, to empower them, to inspire them. So if these are the type of messages that resonate with you, definitely sign up on that list because I want to come in your inbox with some inspiration. And those of you that follow me on social media, you know how I am. I'm all about positivity, empowering people, and reminding you you are enough just as you are. So guys, thank you so much for having me on today. Thank you so much to everybody else that's come out and helped make this a really successful retreat. Safe travels to me. Send me prayers and love. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day, and remember, show up in this world who you really are. Be true to who you are inside, and you'll never go wrong, and you'll always know the decisions to make when it comes to your business, your organization, and your personal life. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.